पेड रिव्यूज को लेकर आपका क्या विचार है, क्योंकि जब आपके गेम स्टीम में आएगा तो ऑब्वियसली स्टीम का रिव्यू मैटर करता है आपके लिए और बाकी लोगों के लिए भी ये गेम के साथ अप्रोच करने के लिए। तो विल यू एवर वुड लाइक टू हैव पेड रिव्यूज ऑन योर गेम?
Personally, like even I am not such a outgoing person in that sense. Like I don't go and poke people and make friends and stuff like that.
बट आपको करना पड़ेगा ना, अभी जब गेम चलेगा आपको करना पड़ेगा ये। You have to be out of your shell.
Yeah, learning.
Yes. आपने अभी बोला कि आप GDC गए हो, जो कि अमेरिका पे होता है हर साल। आप अभी पहली बार गेम्सकॉम गए हो, जर्मनी पे होता है, यूरोपियन इवेंट बड़ा सा, और इंडिया का तो हैदराबाद पे ही होता है IGDC आई बिलीव। क्या आपको डिफरेंस दिखता है? क्या आपको लगता है कि ऐसा कुछ चीज़ें जो वहाँ पे होता है बाहर का इवेंट्स पे, वो शायद IGDC वाले को इनकॉर्पोरेट करनी चाहिए? क्या आपको लगता है, क्योंकि आप हिस्टोरिकल गेम अभी बना रहे हो, तो ऐसे में इंडिया पे रिस्क वगैरह है मतलब बनाना? क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं जाके अगर आप थोड़ा सा लोगों की इमोशन को ट्रिगर कर दो कुछ भी चीज़ों को लेकर, आप कैसे दिखते हो गेम में? अगर आप कुछ चेंजेस कर भी रहे हो, नॉर्मल चेंजेस जो शायद हिस्टोरी पे नहीं था, जो शायद हमारे गीता वगैरह मिथोलॉजी पे नहीं था, राइट? ऐसा क्या कुछ आप कर रहे हो, या तो फिर ऐसा करने का नौबत अगर आ गया, इफ यू हैड टू डू दिस, विल यू डू दिस? यू टॉक्ड अबाउट IIT, मतलब इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, राइट? और इतना देर पे आपने काहे बोला? लोग तो पहले इंट्रोडक्शन दे देते ना कि आई एम एन IITian एंड एवरीथिंग एंड एनीवेज। तो ये अच्छा है। अच्छा, एक चीज मैं पूछना चाहूंगा, दैट इज नॉट द कंटेक्स्ट विद दिस गेम एंड एवरीथिंग, ये अलग है। तो थिंग इज थोड़ा कंट्रोवर्शियल भी है, तो आराम से जवाब देना टाइम लेकर। तो थिंग इज कि IIT करके निकलते हैं वो डिग्री लेके, वो निकलने के बाद क्या दुनिया के बाकी जो स्टूडेंट है, बाकी जो नॉर्मल लोग हैं जो शायद नॉन IITian है, उसको किस नजर पे देखते हैं? You spoke about learning, so I would like to ask, there is a huge saying called unlearn what you learn when you are in new business or with a new venture. So when you get your team members or hire anyone, how important is for you to get them unlearn what they have learned in their previous experiences?
And biryani, Hyderabad is one of the best places to be for food.
I know
so
Hyderabad biryani, but I would like to differ. I think really Kolkata biryani is the greatest of them all.
In LinkedIn I am not too active about my acting career and all. I just keep it for business.
अरे you should be vocal. See, you should be vocal. मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूँ ना, LinkedIn में सुबह शाम हम जो लोग साथ में जुड़े हुए होते हैं, the person are from gaming community fraternity, तो वो लोग तो बोर हो जाते होंगे ना सुबह शाम गेमिंग वाले पोस्ट देखते हुए। कभी कभार ऐसा भी देख लेगा तो अरे भाई ये डेवलपर तो काल्की में काम किया है, and that could have given you some edge. Tell me something. You are currently running a studio. I will come to the studio part as well, the making and the foundation and everything. But अभी मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ कि as a boss, you have some employees. So if boss is smiling that much, ऐसा तो होता नहीं है कि employees फिर सर पे चढ़ के बैठ जाता है।
मुद्दकाय आवकाय मुद्दपप्पू. It is like dal with mango pickle from my native place.
अचार
and
achar wala
dal.
There is a vibe which I am missing right now. The vibe is belong to your mustache. Your epic mustache is not there. So what is the reason? Can you please tell me that what is the probable expenses to start a studio? At least just give me a number so that the viewers can at least relate or understand that okay, I should have at least that much of amount of money in my bank so I could go ahead without any fear.
And even we wanted enthusiastic people, right? Like freshers have that kind of zeal to kind of, yes, I want to learn.
I don't know about enthusiasm about freshers, but freshers always write down in their CV that we are the pretty enthusiastic guy. I believe they are.
That is that. Every profile has that. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to yet another new and fresh episode of GameTout Gossip. और आज हमारे साथ जुड़ गए हैं the founder and CEO of Bramhan Studios, Mr. Sowmitri Maluchuru. तो सौमित्री सर, पहले तो कैसे हो आप, और आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है GameTout Gossip में।
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. How about you, Siddharth? Thanks for giving me this opportunity.
या आई एम डूइंग ग्रेट. जस्ट ये बात मुझे बताओ कि जब हम लोग अभी रिकॉर्डिंग से पहले बात कर रहे थे, अभी के जो बात कर रहा हूँ, ऐसा नहीं लगता कि आप अभी थोड़ा सा चुप हो गए? ऐसा है क्या?
मैं नहीं. I'm just looking at your awesome intro, the way you suddenly got your energy and
या
start.
वो तो थोड़ा सा चलता ही है, पर आई होप कि ये एनर्जी बरकरार रहेगी पूरी पॉडकास्ट पे. तो पहले तो मैं ये बात जानना चाहूंगा कि आपके रिसेंट भी जो फोटोज देखे मैंने, आप हैदराबाद पे स्पीच भी दे रहे थे, अभी आप हेयर कट करवाए हो गया? हाँ, सी ग्रेट. और ये कहाँ है? ये ऑफिस है या ऑफिस का होम है?
ये मेरा घर है. I'm currently working from home on a Saturday.
ओके. इज इट रियली ट्रू कि आपको ट्रैवलिंग बहुत पसंद है?
हाँ.
कैसे पता चला? मुझे देखो पीछे इतना वीआईपी के बैग्स है ना, आई होप सो वीआईपी के होंगे.
I was trying to. Yeah. I really like traveling. I've always loved traveling. Abhi recently we went to Germany and we came back. We were showcasing at
Gamescom. आप Gamescom में गए थे?
Yeah.
So how was the experience over there?
It was really cool. My first Gamescom. तो बहुत ही मजा आया.
Great.
It's huge, man. It's really huge.
I would like to ask some questions regarding Gamescom, and you've been to GDC as well, and you are the member of IGDC as well. So obviously we will ask that what is the particular difference between all these three events, but we will get into that. But first I would like to ask कि you are a 90s kid, if I'm not wrong. You don't have to tell your age, but it's okay. So what are the particular games you started with?
I started with, I really don't remember like whether it was Dave or it was chess that I started first.
Okay.
So I started with chess and on the MS-DOS, without just like programming and all of that. Then later I used to play like all kinds of games. We played in arcade games, like the small car racing games. We had those small video games which we used to play Tetris and that. Small,
Tetris, yeah.
Yeah, all of that.
Road Rash?
Yeah, I played a lot of
yeah.
2-3 बार खत्म कर रहे थे. Then
very
Claw, Prince of Persia.
Okay.
Braid. Yeah, like I've been playing a lot of games since I was a kid. I'm a gamer. I love to play games.
So there is any particular genre that you fond with?
Currently I play a lot of multiplayer games like Dota 2, like and single player games. Abhi I'm playing like mostly like on the console, PS5 and all of that. Like,
great.
Story driven and single player games. Mm-hmm. But I do like the competitiveness in multiplayer games as well. So Dota 2 is like one of my most favorite games.
Awesome.
World of Warcraft is also another game.
मतलब आप core जो multiplayer games है वो like PvP type of games आप ज़्यादा पसंद करते हो?
Like before I used to play single player games in 7th and 8th class. I mean, it was the first time I got introduced to LAN gaming, like through CS and Warcraft 3 and all of that. Then like multiplayer gaming is a whole other zone itself, like the competitiveness.
Absolutely. But there is a vibe which I am missing right now. The vibe is belong to your mustache. Your epic mustache is not there. So what is the reason? Why suddenly? Because मैं सोच रहा था तब से कि ये बंदे को जब मैं फोटो पे देखा, अब क्या मिसिंग लग रहा है इस पे. एक तो बाल आपने काट दिया, ये भी क्या है उड़ा दिया आपने फिर.
I just got a haircut 2 days back, so I like to.
I never seen a picture of you without that mustache actually. So that is the hallmark of yours, I guess so. I don't know.
I don't know.
You look good.
Thank you. And so like I kind of like to change the way I look after a couple of days. I get bored of like how I look myself. So.
कभी आप जब GDC पे गए थे यही लुक लेके गए थे? Sorry, Gamescom पे?
Similar to me. Maybe I had a bit of mustache. So.
Great. तो आप एक बात बताओ, the smiling face which are you having right now? So ये ऐसा है क्या, ये हर वक्त आप कैरी करते हो या तो फिर ये आपकी पर्सनालिटी का पार्ट है? लाइक आप हर वक्त मुस्कुराते रहते हो?
Yeah, it's a part of my personality. Of course, like, but when I'm working and I have some deadlines and all, you wouldn't see too much of it. But
बट
like at home, like in my own space, like I don't need to smile, right? I like people. If I'm around people, I'd like to smile.
But tell me
But yeah.
something. You are currently running a studio. I will come to the studio part as well, the making and the foundation and everything. But अभी मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ कि as a boss, you have some employees. So if boss is smiling that much, ऐसा तो होता नहीं है कि employees फिर सर पे चढ़ के बैठ जाता है.
I don't, personally, I don't see them as employees and boss. I've
ओके
always made it
मतलब
sure
आगे
that.
जाके जब आपका कंपनी बढ़ेगा तो आएगा ना,
Hmm,
बहुत सारे लोगों
hmm.
के साथ आप जुड़ोगे, टीम बिल्डिंग भी होगा. तो ये जो आपका नेचर है, बाखुदा बहुत ही अच्छा नेचर है. बट द थिंग इज कि आपको नहीं लगता कि कभी ना कभी यू आर वेरी गुड पर्सन बाय हार्ट, तो एक बॉस के जो स्ट्रिक्टनेस होना चाहिए आप पे वो है या मिसिंग है? क्या लगता है आपको?
I have thought about it. Yeah, we do have some ups and downs in like running a business, right? Um, After all of the thinking, like I've come to the kind of, at least currently, what I feel is like strictness and all. I mean, it should be, there's like something like professionality, right? So
या
we want to, I tend to be a professional, and that professionality comes through the work, right? The kind of work that we're doing. So work,
ग्रेट.
as long as we're on one page, then it's all cool. We can be smiling and have fun together as well. Like, you can enjoy the process of creating and building something. So yeah, people, I think like most of my time, like I've been received well only for whatever I've had.
Great. So you are the game designer, right? Like what is your designation in your company?
I'm the creative director right now.
Okay. But
So
apart from this, do you game design or code? Like I don't know much about
I'm
this,
into
but
the
still.
creative side. I designed the game itself. Yeah.
Okay, so
And then
being a creator, do you get like वो आपके अंदर आता है कि गुस्सा आता है कभी कभार कि ये नहीं हो रहा है, ये कोडिंग नहीं हो रहा है, ये काम नहीं कर रहा है, ऐसा ऐसा गुस्सा आता है?
gussa to, yeah, like gussa I can't say, but it's like mixed feelings. Like what, like yeah, deadlines nahi ho rahe, delay ho rahe, ऐसे तो होता रहता है. It's like we have to keep ourselves calm, kind of. Sometimes we have had like some yeah, issues. We do have some small arguments, like kind of like what needs to be done and all of that. But mostly we have been able to handle and go forward. Like for 4 years, we have been working for 4 years on this company.
ग्रेट ग्रेट. अच्छा मैं पूछना चाहूंगा, थोड़ा सा आपको पहले ले जाता हूँ. लाइक आपका जो क्लास, मतलब आपने एचएस वगैरह पास किया, उसके बाद आप शायद बैचलर ऑफ आर्किटेक्ट किए 2008 से 13 तक, 4-5 साल. तो द थिंग इज कि मैं ये जानना चाहूंगा, ये जो ट्रांजिशन हुआ, यू प्रोबेबली आर वेरी गुड स्टूडेंट इन हिस्ट्री, प्रोबेबली, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग. मतलब आर्किटेक्ट तो हिस्ट्री के साथ ही जुड़ा हुआ होता है ना, ऐसा
Oh,
नहीं है?
yeah, we do learn about history of architecture and
या
all. Matlab, when I was a kid, I never liked history, but as I keep growing, I'm enjoying the history even more, because
ओके.
it takes you through so much different perspectives and like what it is. And yeah, as I keep growing, I'm just loving history even more. Matlab. And because of the game that I'm when we decided to make the game, the whole entire research also had to be done. So the more I kept learning, the more it fascinated me, and like wow, like you don't know enough about like what the history is. Like, so history is like a huge what do you mean? Well itself, like you can jump in and you can never come out as well, because there's so many different perspectives, especially now. Archaeology and anthropology is also like a very interesting field that I am kind of researching and learning about as well.
ग्रेट. डू यू लाइक एंशिएंट इंडिया? डू यू लाइक दो स्टफ्स? लाइक आपने कभी इंडियन म्यूजियम वगैरह पे गए हो तो आपको अच्छा लगता है ये चीजें देखना?
Yeah, totally. Like when I was a kid, I wouldn't like read so much and all, but right now I'm into more the reading and kind of visualizing. Like, अच्छा ऐसे हो सकता था, अरे अरे ये I never thought this way. So even like I like history, like anything. Like I'm also a scientific guy, so I even like kind of what do you mean? I'm curious. Like I would like to know how or why things came and became and all,
हम्म,
because like I have to write a story for my game also, right? Like
या
creating an
आई
entire world
अंडरस्टैंड.
as well.
हाँ, वो तो
So
आपको,
just linking
you have
that
to
and
create the lore, and for that, अच्छा,
yeah.
for to creating the lore, do you have to get into many books, to read out the books, or at least to observe the knowledge from that? ऐसा होता है, पढ़ना पड़ता है आपको?
Yeah. So I do. I've been like from 4 years. I've been researching about like all our scriptures and like our different kinds of philosophies, Indian culture especially, and the whole growth of like and the timeline ki when how old is our culture and like when did all of this start, and like yeah, it's like very fascinating. And
Great.
we also have Prabhav, like one of our teammate who actually specializes in all of these scriptures, who's very well read. He's also doing a PhD. So just to be authentic in like what we're putting into the game and the ideas that we're putting into the game, we do take that care of trying to take it from the exact scriptures itself. And we
Mm-hmm.
just take a bit of creative freedom to kind of make it more fun and engaging, and that's about it.
We will come to the game part, and I have some really serious questions regarding that, because हम लोग जब like ancient India या तो फिर mythology को लेकर गेम बनाते हैं ना, तो इंडिया पे जहाँ पे लोग ज्यादा इमोशनल होते हैं, इमोशनल क्वेश्चन ज्यादा होता है लोगों का, तो लोग बहुत जल्दी बुरा मान जाते हैं. उसके ऊपर आएंगे, लेकिन थोड़ी देर पे, अगर नहीं भी आए आप याद दिला देना, मेरे को ये क्वेश्चन करना है. द थिंग इज, आई नीड टू गो बैक टू द फाउंडेशन पार्ट ऑफ ब्राह्मण स्टूडियोज, राइट? सो ये इसकी शुरुआत कैसे हुई, और इसी बीच जब आप आर्किटेक्चर में बैचलर डिग्री हासिल किया, एंड दैट टू इन 2013, उस वक्त पे इंडिया पे शायद गेम का कल्चर उतना भी नहीं था जितना कि अभी है, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, मतलब मेरे को तो नहीं लगा था. तो द थिंग इज कि ये जो ट्रांजिशन हुआ, आप कुछ और भी जॉब कर सकते थे, फिर व्हाई इनटू गेम डेवलपमेंट, एंड हाउ डिड यू फाउंड दिस पर्टिकुलर स्टूडियो, और इससे पहले भी अगर कहीं काम कर चुके थे तो लाइक व्हाट वाज योर एक्सपीरियंस ऑल अबाउट इन दिस फील्ड?
So basically, game development. The first idea I got of like wanting to make my own game was in 8th class. So I used to play Warcraft 3, and they had a map editor in the game itself. Like you could create your own maps and all of that. So I thought, oh, you can even customize your own game in a game. So that was the idea. Then we wanted to do our own mods of a game and all of it. That was the first time I thought of making a game apart from playing.
Okay.
But later on, after I did like my architecture, I didn't like kind of feel like pursuing it as a career. Like I did give my best because I had studied for 5 years. I thought, okay, what should I do? And then there was like a बहुत ही bad story है. And like so when I had to make a decision, I decided that ki, you should do something that you love. Like even if like I'm some 60-70 years old, and even if I'm not making too much money or whatever, or this, if I'm able to eat and like kind of enjoy the work that I'm doing, like even at that day, if I can do it, I think that would be a good vocation or a career choice, is what I felt. And at that point of time, since I was solo and like thinking alone, I actually love films as well. I'm a big filmy buff. So I went into films, and I thought like, what could you do? I thought like, yes, I could act, because I had done a play when I was like in 3rd or 4th class. And like,
okay, you are into theater?
When I was a kid, I did a bit of plays and stuff, but later on I didn't do much. I only watched films, a lot of films.
Okay.
But then I thought, yeah, I could be an actor, and that's when I started. In 2013, I fixed like, okay, let me become an actor first, and then slowly during this time I would learn the art of and craft of filmmaking.
The process.
Yeah, and finally I wanted to become a director. Like I wanted to make my own films, express like what I wanted to kind of show and all of that. So I started my journey.
How it all went? Like the journey of actor?
It's going good. It hasn't ended yet.
Oh yes. आपने अभी किसी like project पे काम किया हाल फिलहाल पे जो आप शेयर करना चाहते हो, ऐसा कुछ है?
Yeah, if you must have watched Kalki.
कल्कि तो मैंने नहीं देखी, पर सुनी बहुत है उसके बारे में.
तो उसमें एक रोल किया था मैं, छोटा सा. तो I small role with tandem with Amitabh Bachchan. And like,
oh my god.
I get to
अरे
shoot him and he hits me.
ये आप लिंक्डइन में काहे नहीं पोस्ट किए, फिर किए थे क्या?
LinkedIn में I am like not too active about my acting career and all. I just keep it for business.
अरे
I
यू
am
शुड बी
mostly
वोकल, सी यू शुड बी वोकल। मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूँ ना, लिंक्डइन में सुबह शाम हम जो लोग साथ में जुड़े हुए होते हैं, द पर्सन आर फ्रॉम गेमिंग कम्युनिटी फैटर्निटी, तो वो लोग तो बोर हो जाते होंगे ना सुबह शाम गेमिंग वाले पोस्ट देखते हुए। कभी कभार ऐसा भी देख लेगा तो अरे भाई ये डेवलपर तो काल्की में काम किया है, एंड दैट कुड हैव गिवन यू सम एज, शायद, आई डोंट नो। पर
personally, I'm not like too much of a poster on like social media. I used to do it before, but now like I like prefer enjoying myself more than posting on like YouTube and all. But of course, I do have these phases where like I do kind of post a lot. Like, acha aise phase chal rahe, lot of stories and all of that I do sometimes. But then again, I go back to my normal self where like ठीक है.
पर मैं आपके ऊपर कुछ पढ़ा था, वहां पे लिखा हुआ था कि यू हैव गॉट अ वेरी गुड बिजनेस सेंस और बिजनेस माइंड। तो इन दैट केस हाँ, मैं मतलब अब आप ही के शायद साइट पे दिया हुआ है लाइक ऐसे करके, तो मैं दिखा दूंगा कहीं। द थिंग इज कि अगर ऐसा है तो शायद गेम को, अपना गेम को जो भी आ रहा है, या तो फिर नेक्स्ट जो भी गेम आएगा उसको मार्केट करने के लिए यू हैव टू बी वोकल सम टाइम, you have to be come out of your shell and do stuffs probably you don't do more often। तो उसके लिए तो आपको पोस्ट वगैरह करना होगा भाई साहब।
हाँ, इसलिए वो गेम के बारे में तो मैं कर रहा हूँ लिंक्डइन में। And we're also like, yeah, I'm learning like, yeah, doing a business like maybe I didn't know all of it, right? But so slowly now I'm getting into the marketing phase, learning about how to take the game forward business, how to market yourself as well.
yes, absolutely।
Yeah, it's always learning experience.
अच्छा, एक बात बताओ, आप हो कहाँ से? हैदराबाद से?
Yeah, like I am Hyderabadi. I would like.
Where in Hyderabad? Tell me, because I've been to Hyderabad, Madhapur. I've been to Jubilee Hills. I've been to Film Nagar. I used to stay in Film Nagar for 2 months. And so tell me, where from Hyderabad?
I came to Hyderabad in like my 6th class. I've been studying like 6th to 10th. I was in Hyderabad. Then again, and during that 11th to 12th, like I used to visit Hyderabad a lot. So my schooling was there in Hyderabad, HPS Begumpet. So when I just love Hyderabad, like the kind of feeling and the kind of fun that I had in Hyderabad with my friends, and during that youth like phase, as in like the teenage to that
with
thing,
lots of idlis and dosas.
Yeah. And biryani, Hyderabad is like one of the best places to be for food.
I know
so
Hyderabad biryani, but
I
would like to differ. I think really Kolkata biryani is the greatest of them all, because Hyderabadi biryani is made with a lots of spice. Lots of spice, curry patta and everything. But here biryanis are different.
I think like there are many different kinds of biryanis. Like the ones you are saying, maybe.
Probably I eaten something else. I guess so. Probably I have to.
There are a lot of different styles of biryanis. Next time if you do come down, I'll suggest.
Yeah, I am coming in IGDC, right? We will have a coffee together.
Awesome.
Yeah. I have booked the flights also. तो अभी तो मेरे को मीडिया पास वगैरह भी मिला है आईजीडीसी के तरफ से, तो आई विल कम प्रायर लाइक 10th को आऊंगा, 17 को चला जाऊंगा। तो माय सिस्टर यूज्ड टू स्टे देयर ना, हैदराबाद लाइक जुबली हिल्स। तो वो है सही जगह मुझे लगता है
हैदराबाद। Yeah, it's like not too fast and not too slow either. Like and it's not too crowded as well. Like बैंगलोर और मुंबई एंड
पर वहाँ पे ना ट्रैफिक में ना बाइक वगैरह बहुत तेज चलता है, और हेलमेट ज्यादातर लोग तो नहीं पहनते भाई। मतलब मैं जो एक्सपीरियंस किया हूँ, आई डोंट नो। तो गोलकोंडा फोर्ट कभी गए हो?
of course.
You like that place? I miss that place actually. Last time मेरा टाइम नहीं था, नहीं तो फिर मैं चला जाता।
Oh yeah, it's really cool. Like it's a different piece of architecture. There's like one unique thing where like even if you're like very high up there where the king is sitting actually, and at the gate at the entrance, like the acoustics of that place has been designed in such a way that like it happened, they can hear you and all of that.
ये वाला
It's like really
और ये
interesting.
ऐसा भी था ना कि you have to clap once, you have to clap two for different reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw some videos on YouTube regarding that. And there is also a thing that you have to pick it up, and there is a weights or something like a dumbbell or something of iron made. So you have to pick it up. It's very very bulky thing. I don't know. I saw in YouTube. So there are some people who come and test their strength by trying to pick it up. So that is a thing. Yeah. तो मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूंगा कि आपका फिर ब्रह्मन स्टूडियो को फाउंड कब किया, और ये 2018 पे किया शायद आपने?
No, we did it in 2020. So 2020
ओके,
is when we
2020,
got the
4 साल हो
idea.
गए।
Yeah, yeah.
इससे पहले क्या करते थे फिर?
I was into acting, like I was doing a lot of films and short films, and
So you
that
were
was like a journey
you
of
were
7,
earning
8
money.
years.
You were earning money from
No.
acting? क्या बात कर रहे हो?
You get only a bit. You don't get too much. They don't pay you too much in the starting. But yeah, once you kind of at least have a hit film or like a noticeable, recognizable role, then they would kind of pay you a bit.
Starting a gaming studio, obviously it's not a joke. So obviously you should have some backup, at least monetary. So at least for the first few years. So how did you approach with that?
So when we got the idea, so me and Dheeraj, when we got the idea, we thought we'll make it. I asked my brother, I told my brother that, we got this crazy idea. We'll be making, now some game, and it'll be a great business and all of that. So he said like, okay, fine, I'll invest in you. Like, I'll help you get these
Okay,
initial
sure.
thing done.
Sure.
So that's how we bootstrapped our game.
Can you please, yeah, sorry to cut, but can you
Okay.
please tell me that what is the probable expenses to start a studio? At least just give me a number so that the viewers can at least relate or understand that, okay, I should have at least that much of amount of money in my bank so I could go ahead without any fear.
There is no certain number like that, and it is very specifically depends on the kind of game you're building.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say like we started off saying that we could get the game done in 30 to 40 lakhs,
Okay.
and game development budgets and all of this always go overboard, especially when you're trying to do the best. And yeah, it takes time, and there are many unforeseen things that happen as well while running a business, and so costs and all of it. So since ours is a multiplayer game, it's kind of definitely going to be a lot more difficult and cost extensive. But we had to cut corners. We cut corners in the sense that we knew what our strengths were, and we focused more on our strengths and getting that out rather than trying to spend money on what we don't have. So we have been, and we work with freshers only mostly. So
Okay.
only Dheeraj had the experience of game development, and I came from
Why
game
only
design
freshers?
and all
Because
of that.
freshers take less money.
Yeah, like we wanted, and even we wanted enthusiastic people, right? Like freshers have that kind of zeal to kind of, yes, I want to learn.
I don't
and
know
all of
about
it.
enthusiasm about freshers, but freshers always write down in their CV that we are the pretty enthusiastic guy. I believe they are.
That is that.
I believe they
Every
are.
profile has that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, they do. Yeah, we can hire them at a lesser cost. We can teach them, and like they can also learn. They're willing to learn. So we cut down our costs, especially on that, in the sense that like artwork is mostly the most expensive department for the game development, is like what I feel, kind of to get to achieve quality and all of it. So we focused on like gameplay more than artwork initially, because it was a multiplayer game, and how the game feels and how the player is going to be playing and feeling is the most important thing, is what we thought. And we focused on that first, and multiplayer aspect, getting it right itself is like a huge deal itself. So once that was sorted, then we started kind of thinking of scaling and getting the artwork done, because to get like some more artwork and like quality output, experience does matter a lot when it comes to artists, right? When hiring artists and all.
Great. You spoke about learning, so I would like to ask, there is a huge saying called unlearn what you learn when you are in new business or with a new venture. So when you get your team members or hire anyone, how important is for you to get them unlearn what they have learned in their previous experiences? Oh, my English is getting better. I didn't know that.
That's great.
Without any hiccups, I am saying sentences. Wow. Anyways, please tell me that.
So, yeah, I mean, like mostly I have worked with freshers itself because and they don't have too much to unlearn, like I would say. And but yeah, the thing is that is the whole aspect of like experienced people, right? Like they come back with some data, like it's not necessarily that everyone has to unlearn. Like you'll only unlearn the things that are not suiting you or helping you grow,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
So there is a lot that we have learned already, and that would already help us. The only unlearning part is like something that is so that is where the discussion will happen. And for freshers and all of it, we just kept learning. Even I keep learning each and every day. Unlearning is, I think, mostly in the on a very personal level, right? Like we think we have a lot of beliefs and kind of assumptions that we make based on our kind of experiences. And once we unlearn that, then our work is also kind of going to be transformed through that whole idea. So yeah, that I really like that quote as well. Like I do love quotes and some quotes actually change you or like give you a new perspective, right? So I do believe that as well. So
Yes.
I don't have any kind of fixed things that I think I should have and I should be like this. So I'm always open, and I kind of try to communicate this to my team members as well. We got to keep learning because that is where the fun is and the growth is as well.
You talk about the team members, and I can see over here ki apart from you, there is 5 other guys in your team member, including your co-founder. So first, though, I would like to know ki how you are accountable your work, accountability, to yourself in this work. तो आप जब खुद ही अपने वर्क पे ऊपर अकाउंटेबल हो खुद के ऊपर, तो ऐसे चीज में आप अपने आप को मोटिवेट कैसे रखते हो? हाउ डू यू पैट ऑन द बैक और हाउ डू यू रिवार्ड योरसेल्फ टू मेक अ प्रोजेक्ट डन विद इन द डेडलाइन? तो ये आप कैसे करते हो? अगर नहीं भी कर पाते हो तो क्या अपने आप को कोसते हो? क्या करते हो?
So that is something that I think like I've developed over the course of years is to keep myself motivated and like why of like why I'm doing it. So just like so my architecture degree, like I did it from IIT and I had to go through the same training camps from 6th class. Like all the Indians who say you have to become that degree and all. So I was fed up with it. Like my parents always told me, you get into this college, your life will be good. You get into this, life will be good. So I was like kind of fed up, and I told them, see, if I do get into this IIT, said so IIT, and I'll take my life into my own hands. Like I won't have to listen to you, okay? And that is when I'll take responsibility for myself. And that was back in like 2008. So from then on, I was always deciding what I want to do in my life, and I took entire responsibility for myself. So from there, I have been building. So I wanted to become an actor, director, and now like I wanted to build a game and all of that as well. So there are bad days that where you think everything is going so bad and all of it. Yeah, you could like just kind of expressing that to someone you are close to or like who just listen itself helps a lot on those days. But apart from that, given 1-2 days, like I have learned to come out of it and like just get back. So I live like one day at a time. Like पूरा रात को सब कुछ खत्म कर देते, सुबह उठ के okay today what can I do, what can I just do to go ahead, like let's not worry too much on the past. So that is the secret mantra.
You are early riser? So रात को
like it depends. If I'm working and I'm kind of researching and learning, I tend to go late into the nights because you get some space like that. But otherwise, if we're like working with others, if it's like a deadline based thing,
you talked about IIT, मतलब Indian Institute of Technology, right? और इतना देर पे आपने काहे बोला? लोग तो पहले इंट्रोडक्शन दे देते ना कि I am an IITian and everything. And anyways, तो ये अच्छा है. अच्छा, एक चीज मैं पूछना चाहूंगा, that is not the context with this like game and everything. ये अलग है. तो थिंग इज थोड़ा कंट्रोवर्शियल भी है, तो आराम से जवाब देना टाइम लेकर. तो थिंग इज की आईआईटी करके निकलते हैं वो डिग्री लेके, वो निकलने के बाद क्या दुनिया के बाकी जो स्टूडेंट है, बाकी जो नॉर्मल लोग हैं जो शायद नॉन आईआईटीएन है, उसको किस नज़र पे देखते हैं कि भाई मैं तो आईआईटी किया हूँ, मैं तो ऊपर हूँ, यू आर नॉट एन आईआईटीएन, तो आप वो तो फोड़ नहीं पाए, यू कुडंट हैव क्रैक्ड इट, सो लाइक यू आर बिलो पार, ऐसे नज़रों से देखते हैं? या तो फिर जब आईआईटी में आप जाते हो, वो जो ट्रांजिशन आप में होती है एज अ स्टूडेंट, वो जो प्रोफेशनलिज्म आती है, क्योंकि बहुत सारे क्लासेस भी होते हैं, बहुत सारे दिग्गज लोगों के साथ आप रोजमर्रे पे मिलते हो, तो ऐसे में कैसे अपने आप को मतलब पाते हो? जब आईआईटी से निकलते हो तो दुनिया को कैसे देखते हो? ब्रीफ दे देना सिर्फ एक छोटा सा।
हाँ, so like I've never seen myself as like a IITian and someone else like as anything else in that sense. Like if you want to judge, like you can compare in anything, right? It's not only about IIT. तो किसी के बारे में भी or in any other different aspects also you can compare. But one thing I'll say, like for me personally, I was always like I didn't want to be, I didn't want to do what everyone else did. So I always wanted to do something different. That much I was clear. Whether I was in wherever in IIT or in any other college, in the business that I'm doing, as an actor also, I would want to do something that's unique to me, like only that I could do. So that is the focus that I have. And first of all, like I don't think just because having a degrees and all of it doesn't make you a better person or a human being than anyone else. You just have that qualification. That means you have some skills regarding that, and you have read in that thing and stuff like that. That's how I see it.
Great.
So,
आपने कहा भी था कि आप या प्लीज कंटिन्यू, या प्लीज गो अहेड.
And the thing is, most people actually generalize IITians. Like I have been insulted many times. You IITians, you guys are like this. I'm like, okay, fine, dude. I just have a degree. I'm not an IITian. You guys are too smart. You guys are too introverts. You guys have these issues, those problems, and a lot of people do about IITians. In that sense, but yeah, I don't think anyone sees, and everyone's kind of very unique when you go to an IIT. And this professionality thing, like just to say, there's nothing like that, man. Even in IIT, there are all kinds of people, and I think like if someone has gone to IIT, I can say that we can give them that badge that you can actually work hard in that, like it's like that Rocky thing, right? You can get hit and you can rise back up. That much qualification is there because they're put into such rigorous study programs and training programs. Like we used to like literally have no sleep, and these people, like as if we are sheep, they make you do all of these coaching institutions and all because of a lot of pressure on us and all of that, right? So that much if they're able to cross, I think that we can give them a thumbs up for that at least. So that is
अच्छा है. अच्छा, I get a feeling कि you are like a person with patriotic mentality. Like, are you a patriotic person inside? Like, देशभक्ति आपके अंदर कितना है? मतलब ऐसे ही पूछ रहा हूँ, तो सबके अंदर होता है, मैं ऐसे ही पूछ रहा हूँ. क्यों? मैं कॉन्टेक्स्ट भी देता हूँ. Why I'm asking this kind of questions? The thing is कि you are making a game. We are coming to AUM. I don't know how you pronounce it. Like AUM?
It's OM. Yeah, it's OM.
OM actually come with OM. I don't know.
No. So that is the basic misconception that we have.
Yeah, please rectify. Yeah.
So OM is like it's like it has become like a kind of lingo, right? Like for the actual thing, but because the actual word AUM, it makes a huge difference because of the 3 syllables in it, right? OM is only 2 syllables, but the actual OM is 3 syllables. It refers to the concepts of creation, maintenance, and destruction. And when Brahman was there, like before or everything, nothingness, everything was there. Om was the initial vibration, the universal mantra that actually came out through the mixture of this vibration and the Brahman came our reality and all of that. So there are 3 processes involved in the story in the entire creation, and that is the basis of like what Om is. So, and as a meditative practice as well, it's a sound that is not made by 2 things striking each other. So that is the concept or behind if you go a bit deep more into it. So like it starts from your the deepest gut, and then it comes till the nose and all of that.
Yes, ऐसे करके प्राणायाम वगैरह होते हैं, like we used to do that in college days sometime. तो हाँ, तो मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ कि आपके गेम के बारे में, अभी मैंने जो कॉन्टेक्स्ट दिया था कि अबाउट पेट्रियोटिज्म, बट द थिंग इज व्हाई, बिकॉज बीइंग एन आईआईटीएन यू कुड गो टू एनीवेयर इन द वर्ल्ड, you can get a handsome salary, but you still choose to stay in India, not even doing a normal job, but having our own studio, struggling phase right now. It is risky. Obviously, it doesn't matter whether you spend 40 or 50 lakhs, but it is still risky because, making any game, any independent game in country like India, it is a risky project. I don't know, but it seems very risky project. So how do you see that? Because are you a patriotic person? Because आपका जो गेम है, ये गेम में भी मैंने जो कैरेक्टर्स वगैरह देखा है, क्योंकि ये गेम को मैंने अभी रजिस्टर करके खेला नहीं है, तो थिंक इसके ऊपर से मेरे को जो दिख के लगा, इसका जो अवतार्स है, जो एलिमेंट्स है, लाइक गॉड टाइप ऑफ फीलिंग मेरे को आ रही है। ऐसा फीलिंग आ रहा है कि ये इंडियन मैथोलॉजी या तो फिर एंशिएंट इंडिया के ऊपर ज़्यादा बेस करके है। तो मैंने उसीलिए पूछा कि इंडिया के चीज़ों को आप बाहर ला रहे हो, इंडिया की हिस्ट्री को बाहर ला रहे हो, इंडिया की कई सारे अनगिनत चीज़ें हैं जिनके बारे में लोगों को जानना चाहिए, उसको आप बाहर ला रहे हो, तो यू ऑब्वियसली इज अ पैट्रियोटिक पर्सन, आई बिलीव।
See, I do love my country. I love Hyderabad. I love from my
Yes.
birthplace Nellore, and I love my mother tongue Telugu. I mean, that sweetness and that comfort, you don't get it anywhere else in the world, right? Like if it's your place. But the thing is, like the reason I stayed back mostly was I had the fortunate, I had the chance and opportunities to actually travel all across the world, at least like not too much, but at least 10-12 countries before like deciding whether I wanted to stay here or go to the US and all. So in my travels I experienced people are the same.
Just want to cut you in between. You just said कि आपने 10-12 कंट्री ट्रैवल किया। ये जो ट्रैवलिंग एक्सपीरियंस की अगर बात करूं, 2-1 कंट्री का ऐसा नाम लीजिए जिसको आप सजेस्ट करते हो कि कोई भी इंडियंस अगर पहली बार बाहर अब्रॉड जाएगा तो वहां पे जाना चाहिए, एटलीस्ट यू कुड से दैट। जस्ट एशिया।
Oh, in Asia then you should go to Indonesia. Bali is a beautiful place.
और इन द वर्ल्ड अगर कहीं पे जाना आप सजेस्ट करो तो?
I just love every place. So now I recently went. We should go to Amsterdam.
और नेदरलैंड पे?
Netherlands, yeah, Netherlands.
बहुत सही जगह। Yeah, please keep continue. Yeah, what you were saying. Please continue.
So during that time I wanted to do things that I love, and so while I was backpacking in Europe itself, I had to decide whether I'll go with architecture or go into whatever I like, and that is the time I felt like a pull towards my parents. Like I wanted to be with them, so that was one of the reasons. Like at that point of time I decided I'll stay back in India. And also the main reason is to be with parents. I had questioned a lot of people who had gone to abroad and all of it, right, who have been doing jobs and just trying to earn money, get into that whole settlement kind of an idea. I used to ask in a lot of people. Everyone they were doing well, but I don't think they were innately very happy in life, right? So I thought you should do something that you love. Just going into other countries and earning a lot of money isn't completely exciting. Okay, you can do well and have fun, but that doesn't mean you're completely content. So I thought we should do something that is content, and I found that in people who are pursuing what they like to do, right, their dreams and their passions. So I decided to do that. Being a patriotism, I think I wouldn't go into any violence just for patriotism. I wouldn't say that my India is only the best. I'm not that patriotic in that sense, but I do love my country.
That called chauvinism in English.
Okay.
Chauvinism का मतलब ये होता है कि आप सिर्फ और सिर्फ यही मतलब कट्टरवादी होते हैं ना, कि मेरा ही कंट्री सबसे मतलब सही है, ये कंट्री गलत है, इसको चौवनिज्म कहते हैं, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग।
No, I don't have that kind of
obviously you don't look like one. The thing is कि मैंने कहा कि एक जो आपने कहा कि I am a type of patriotic person जो अपने देश को भी श्रद्धा करता है, बाहर के कल्चर को भी करता है, तो obviously everyone wants to be that person. तो वो है।
I personally love all of this. Yeah.
Are you a God believer?
God believer, I don't
यू
have
जस्ट
belief.
सेड कि लाइक आपको साइंस के ऊपर ज्यादा वो है, आप लाइक साइंस के हिसाब से चलते हो, तो
Hmm.
इसलिए मैंने सवाल पूछा कि आर यू अ गॉड बिलीवर। ऊपर से आपका गेम भी है थोड़ा सा ऐसा ही टाइप का, तो इसीलिए मैंने सोचा कि पूछ
God
लूं।
believer, God is just it's a concept, right? There are many
ओके
different kinds of concepts for what a God is. So, especially in हमारे Indian culture और हमारे इतिहास में, God is like in multiple different ways. There are millions of gods. There are different kinds of concepts for gods. So, belief is again another thing. So, belief is like a tool, like you can, it can help you and it can even pull you
डिस्ट्रॉय
down
यू।
as well. Yeah, so that's how I see it. It's just a tool. And yes, sometimes if to get something done, if you have to believe in like, yes, it's going to happen. Yes, I think in positive reinforcement thinking, right? Like, अरे हाँ ये होगा, हम कर सकते हैं. That is a belief that will help me. So I'll have it. Yes. So I'm going to be successful in my game, whatever I'm building. So I'll believe. But yeah, God believer, like there are two different words is how I see it. I don't personally believe in anything. I try to rather know, try get into the knowing from the unknown. So that is the kind of approach that I have.
अच्छा ठीक है, वो मैं मान सकता हूँ कि यू आर काइंड ऑफ एथेइस्ट, आई शुड कॉल यू एथेइस्ट पर्सन, तो लाइक
I
कैन
don't
आई
give
कॉल?
myself any words, but
ओके, आई अंडरस्टैंड,
yeah,
आई अंडरस्टैंड। बट ये बात बताओ कि मंदिर वगैरह तो बहुत सारे हैं, मैंने देखा हैदराबाद पे, तो वहां पे जब आप जाते हो कभी ना कभी तो गए होंगे, आपको सुकून मिलता है मंदिर में जाकर?
yeah, yeah. If it's a good day, good, like I mean, like even if you go to a mandir, if it's like a super hot sunny day, क्या सुकून मिलेगा? Your
नहीं
legs will
नहीं,
be
वो नहीं
burning and all.
है।
So
हाँ।
yeah, like I do see it. Yeah, I do have that pleasantness, especially if you're walking without your chappal and all of it, right? The kind of
हम्म,
stone that we have, the kind of soothing feeling that we get when we go sit there. And recently, I came to know, like, the idea of like going to temple is you got to take that prasad, sit there and eat it, and like just from some talks I've been learning, I felt that concept to be nice. Like, I would never do it because since I was a kid, I was kind of against this whole idea of God, or
नॉर्म्स।
and like I was told, yeah, told that God is not there, and like
यू
I
आर
had
टोल्ड बाय
like these
whom?
kind of family relatives.
ओके
Someone who actually like who what do you mean, kind of inspired and motivated me in my early life.
ओके।
uh, his ideas have changed now, my ideas have changed now. So it's all a learning process. But yeah, I think there is some kind of sense of architecture in the temples that are being built. So I do love to go see the architecture and just feel that
यस
space and all of
यस।
it.
And being an architecture degree with a degree, so you would love it. The thing is कि अभी मैं गेम के ऊपर आता हूँ, ठीक है? गेम का
Hmm.
कुछ कुछ चीजें हैं, जैसे कि उसको सेगमेंट भी कह सकता हूँ, शायद एलिमेंट भी कह सकता हूँ, जैसे लाइक अवतार है, गॉड अस्त्रस है, कर्मा है, ये आपने अभी डाला है अपने वेबसाइट पे। इसके बारे में एक ब्रीफिंग दीजिए मुझे, ताकि थोड़ा दर्शकों को पता चले कि गेम किस बारे में है। साथ ही साथ आप प्लीज मेंशन कीजिएगा गेम की कॉम्बैट कैसी होगी, और फिर आगे जाके हम लोग थोड़ा सा गेम प्ले के ऊपर चर्चा करेंगे।
So, Om, it's like a 3D multiplayer adventure action arena. So, we're trying to redefine the word AAA that is commonly used in games, and we are actually giving a full form for that. And what it means is basically you're going to go on an adventure and you're going to have action in different kinds of arenas, so simply to say. And all of this is happening in a mythical world, ancient medieval world where we start off. That is from the what do you mean post Kurukshetra time. After, so there's we have entered Kali Yuga, and Kali Yuga is like almost at the end, and there's a huge catastrophe that's going to destroy the entire world. And you as a warrior, like who have learned to kind of just survive in this world and protect what you want and care, like are completely flabbergasted by this huge catastrophe that's happening. You don't know what to do. So then you kind of go and question like what is going on, like how do I stop all of this. And that is when like one of their mentors, like the rishi one rishi they get and he tells them like, you have to come into the world of unknown and bring all of that unknown into the knowing. So you have to learn about the story of creation. There's so much that you don't know, and to I kind of save it, you have to restore the balance of dharma. So the whole game lies on the tatters of like, or the context that dharma is actually going or it's on its last leg and it's almost going to get destroyed. So if that happens, the universe is going to get destroyed, and if you want to actually save it, you have to restore the balance of dharma. And this is the basic context.
Okay.
So coming to the avatar, you create your own avatar. So in this world, you are an avatar. Like so, avatars have two different meanings in our Indian culture. Like we would say, it's avatar of Vishnu. But
Yeah.
normally in the game lingo and like game
Yes, it's
creation
avatar, like
lingo,
the
it's
way
just
you
like,
look and everything.
yeah, you create your character basically. So
Yeah,
that is, you
basically.
create your own character and you enter this world of home into kind of restoring the balance of dharma and create becoming the greatest warrior out there. Like so it's a multiplayer game. Your rankings and all of that also keeps growing as well. So in this journey, you enter this special world where this is like a small tournament or a specially designed tournament, or like a world. It is there to help you achieve the most ultimate goal or principle according to our Indian culture, which is like moksha. So
Sure.
anyone who attains moksha can understand what Sanatan Dharma is and like what and kind of restore the balance of Dharma. So that is the basic line that the whole game starts out in. And the game itself, it's going to be a fast-paced multiplayer game. You're going to have multiple different kinds of fighting styles and elementals and god astras and all of that.
Yeah.
So the basic game is kind of divided into three different paths that you can explore. One is like Bhakti Marga, which is path of knowledge, path of faith. Gnana Marga, which is path of knowledge, and Karma Marga, which is path of action. So Karma Marga is like where you kind of play the game, you kind of play with others, kind of better yourself and know the concepts of Dharma and all of it, like by fighting. And so once you fight and win the game, you get to act in three different ways. So that's like you can be kind, you can be greedy, or you can be brutal or ignorant, you could say. And based on this, your karma is generated, and you have a guna as well. So your character has a essence that is created, and based on these choices across the 14 different realms that we have, different arenas that we have, your
14
journey,
different
whether
realms. It's a huge
we
number.
start
Yeah.
in so we start in Bhuloka, which is in the center, and slowly kind of go higher if you're kind of doing kinder things, and you kind of go lower and explore the lower realms when you kind of do the ignorant actions to your losers. And if you're greedy, you kind of get to take the rewards, have more cosmetic items, purchase more in game stuff, and like have
Yes.
faster level up and experience and stuff like that. So all your choices determine your own flow and journey in the game. So that is the whole adventure part. So when it comes to path of knowledge, the idea is that you kind of master your senses, you kind of train yourself, your body and mind and senses every day, and through that mastery and chance and understanding the mantras and the words associated behind those elementals, you master the elementals, the panchabhutas. So you have like a slow learning curve where you kind of learn one elemental each, and you got to train every day, daily training to kind of get these tokens, and you kind of unlock even more elementals. So
Okay.
elementals itself have each different kind of attributes to itself. Like fire does damage over time, water pushes back people, air slows people, earth stuns
Okay.
people, and ether like kind of mutes the
That's the
other players
Panchabhuta
from
concept.
using. Yeah, so these are all interactable, and they have all of that as well. And they're again
Okay.
close range and long range spells.
Can you
Yeah,
just tell me something that the game is more of a combat focused?
yeah. It is Colosseum kind of. It's an arena, right? It's like a battle arena kind of concept.
Exactly. So there is no place for puzzle. No place for puzzle, I guess. Is there any puzzle? I don't think so.
Puzzle. So this is like a really broad vision we have for this game. Right now, there are no puzzles, but
Mm-hmm.
in the coming future, we kind of want to add different kinds of games from the prehistoric India, right?
Yeah.
So there is going to be a game, and there is also going to be like the out of game experience, right? You kind of level up, you kind of explore different things and all of that. So during that time, we can kind of implement all of these things, and also
Mm-hmm.
we're going to have different game modes also.
Okay.
um
Okay, tell me how a person who is like viewing this podcast right now would like to play this game or would like to at least taste the stuff that you are talking about. कैसे कर सकता है वो? What is the process?
so omthegame.com, aumthegame.com,
मैं
you
दे
could just
दूंगा.
come there and pre-register. You can pre-register there, click on it and register with your account, and about in a week or so you will be getting your email ID, an email with the download link, and your account already created. So we
Okay.
just have to kind of, so we're currently in closed testing, and that's the only hassle that we have, because
Yes,
in closed testing we have to add you manually on the back end.
I
But
understand.
this November we are going to be going for an early access, which we're going to go for like open testing, and that is the time
On
you could
Steam.
search on the on mobile and
Okay.
Steam. We have recently just gotten our Steam page. We are going to have the Steam page up, so you can start wish listing as well. We'll keep you updated on our Discord
Yes,
servers about that.
I will give the link as well. बट
Mhm.
आपका मेन फोकस तो क्या ये मतलब ये गेम कौन से इंजन पे बन रहा है? यूनिटी पे?
Yeah, it's being built on Unity, and
ओके.
it's especially a cross-platform game. So
ओके.
you can play across all different kinds of platforms. That's what we're kind of trying to.
सही है. और ये इस गेम का मतलब प्राइसिंग ये क्या प्रीमियम है? मतलब फ्री टू प्ले
It's a
उसके बाद आप
free-to-play game,
या
and you'll have battle passes, unique battle passes kind of subscription system with us, and yes, the general in-game cosmetics and to kind of
आप
make your
आपने
game more
बीच में
fun.
मेंशन किया जब गेम की फीचर बता रहे थे कि अगर आप चाहते हो तो कुछ चीजें खरीद के आगे निकल सकते हो. तो ऐसा भी सिस्टम है क्या? मैं अगर कुछ चीजें खरीद लिया तो मेरे को बाकी प्लेयर से थोड़ा सा अलग मतलब मेरे को थोड़ा सा वो मिलेगा?
No. So whatever you can buy is just mostly going to be cosmetic in experience, or you could level up faster, but that leveling up is also not going to affect the kind of benefit in the game itself, right? So matchmaking is another different kind of thing, and leveling up is a different kind of an experience. So for example, if I am willing to spend like some money on the game to just explore all the content fast, so
हाँ
that I'll
हाँ.
have all the spells at my disposal, so that I can kind of change all these spells every game. So then I'll just have all of those spells ready and I can have fun. Like, but if I'm a free to play game, you might take like 1 or 2 months to unlock all of those. But at the same time, you're not going to be able to use more spells. If you can use two spells, I can also use two spells only. That would just be the kind of. So that is
मतलब
the kind of approach we're
मैच
going to.
मेकिंग हैज टू बी परफेक्ट. मैच मेकिंग हैज टू बी परफेक्ट.
Yeah. That is the
So just
challenge of making multiplayer.
Sowmitri, just give me some numbers कि अभी क्योंकि ये मल्टीप्लेयर गेम है तो ऑब्वियसली कंकरेंट प्लेयर्स की अगर मैं बात करूं कितना लोग खेलते हैं अभी, क्योंकि आप क्लोज बीटा पे हो तो आपको ही पता होगा ये चीज, हमें तो दिखेगा नहीं. तो आप बताओ.
So we have about 1,000 registrations, and we have about 50 to 60 installed apps, like people who are playing. Because it's closed testing, and we do tend to have like a lot of multiple builds and changes upcoming, since we are still going for a building for early access, and we're a very small team as well. We don't have too much time to focus on like the community management and all of it, like kind of engaging the people. We did that initially to kind of get our tests and like kind of receive the feedback and all of that. It was very like, so we had an engagement time of about 1.5 hours initially, like during the just testing phases itself, without the progression and all. So right now we're going to add progression as well. But coming to this November thing, that's what we're trying to kind of push. So we have an entirely new gameplay where we removed health bars as well. So it's an entirely new kind of gameplay that's being built in from India in our game, and it's going to be really fun. and we're going to get that build out as soon as possible. And we possibly want a lot of players like who are at least liking these kind of games and who like what we're building to come help us out and just test and play the game with us, like, right, like, so that we start this whole idea of like taking feedback from you and how we can better the game, and like it's always fun. So this I think like the talk with you also is going to help
Yes,
us
obviously.
kind of
I'm
get that
just
happening
believing
also.
that that game will be kind of a injustice or injustice 2 type. Probably कुछ मतलब ऐसा हो सकता है, injustice गेम में जैसा है.
Yeah, it's similar to that in the sense it's like a PvP fighting style, but we are going with a 3D environment. Like this is like only 2D, like you fight here only on this 2D space, but here you're going across 3D.
या बेसिकली आपने कहा कि ये इंटरव्यू शायद इंटरव्यू तो नहीं है, मतलब ये पॉडकास्ट आपको मदद करे. द थिंग इज कि आपको भी खुद का मदद करना पड़ेगा इसको शेयर करके, क्योंकि नॉर्मली मैं बताता हूँ एंड आई एम अ टाइप ऑफ पर्सन की हु हैज नो होल्डिंग. मैं मेरे को जो लगता है वो बताता हूँ, शायद इसीलिए मेरा पॉडकास्ट अभी लोग देखते हैं. द थिंग इज कि ये अनकट होता है, ठीक है.
Yeah,
आप
I
हंसो
really
चाहे
like
आप
that.
रो वही दिखेगा, ठीक है. आपका फोन भी आएगा तो वही दिखेगा. एनीवेज, तो मैं ये पूछना चाहता हूँ कि द थिंग इज कि यू आर प्रीटी फाइन विद दैट, राइट? मतलब विथ रियलिटी यू आर प्रीटी फाइन विद दैट, आई बिलीव सो. क्योंकि मेरे को भी वही सही लगता है, क्योंकि फिर बीच में मतलब कट करो, ये करो, वो करो, ऐसे करके फिर वो खत्म हो जाता है वो ऑरा. मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ कुछ चीजें, जैसे कि क्या आपको लगता है, क्योंकि आप हिस्टोरिकल गेम अभी बना रहे हो, तो ऐसे में इंडिया पे रिस्क वगैरह है मतलब बनाना? क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं जाके अगर आप थोड़ा सा लोगों की इमोशन को ट्रिगर कर दो कुछ भी चीजों को लेकर, जैसे कि पद्मावत, अभी बीइंग एन एक्टर यू नो प्रोबेबली, जो क्या नाम है उसका, रणवीर सिंह का जो मूवी आया था दीपिका पाडुकोने का, पद्मावती, उसको पद्मावत बनाया गया. इतना सारा मतलब हल्ला हुआ उस चीज को लेकर. आप कैसे दिखते हो लाइक गेम में, अगर आप कुछ चेंजेस कर भी रहे हो, लाइक नॉर्मल चेंजेस जो शायद हिस्टोरी पे नहीं था, जो शायद हमारे गीता वगैरह मिथोलॉजी पे नहीं था, राइट? ऐसा क्या कुछ आप कर रहे हो, या तो फिर ऐसा करने का नौबत अगर आ गया, इफ यू हैड टू डू दिस, विल यू डू दिस?
No, see, that is the entirety of what Bramhan Studio is, right? Even on our website, we have written we are going to try to stay as authentic as possible. And so when you see, the thing is, the public or like anyone, we are all mostly lost in just different words. So some might say history, some might say mythology, some will say culture, and some will say religion. These are just different words. And what we are trying to do is like we focus on the wisdom aspect of what the whole scriptures are trying to say. We kind of explore different philosophies from it. And of course, there's so many beautiful stories with so many beautiful characters and all of it. So I had come across this kind of criticism like when we started the company as well, as in saying like, people will say this, people will say that, isn't it risky? This is the same question I've been come
everywhere because it's India, everywhere.
I mean, it's all across the world in that sense, because people are just having right to free opinion and just posting it up there. But personally, we don't have that intention at all. We are trying to show our game entirely speaks about Brahman, and Brahman means the concept of everything is one. Not only India or the world or everything, the entire universe is one, and that lies within you. So we are saying that the whole world is interconnected. Although we are all individual and unique, we are still interconnected. We're all from this one planet, this universe. So
yes,
with that essence, I don't know how we could go wrong, because as long as we stick true to that, to whatever we make, I think we won't be offending, and we don't have any intention of offending. And rather just so common misconceptions like, see, you said it was probably OM and now it is AUM, and like, and there are many other different concepts that are kind of misunderstood and all of it. Maybe we might unconsciously or unintentionally say something different, but we are striving hard to kind of be as authentic as possible, because most of the scriptures that we have are kind of lost. I mean, like Indian culture, Indian scriptures are some of the most well maintained records and all of it, but like yeah, so I have been in touch with other organizations like Indic Academy, Bruhat, and I've been discussing and telling my game and like the idea of how we're approaching, and they seem to support us. They're saying, yeah, like, and just take care of what you're saying, but they do support us with what we're doing. So we do have like kind of this connection where we share our work and they give us their advice and their expertise
Mentorship,
onto
yeah,
saying, yeah,
if
how
you mean.
authentic this is and all of that.
आपने थोड़ी देर पहले कहा कि ग्लोबल मतलब सिटीजन वाइज वी आर लाइक रियली कनेक्टेड, तो इस हिसाब से अगर मैं देखूं, क्योंकि इस गेम के जो कैरेक्टराइजेशन है, जो स्टोरी लोर है, वो इंडियन ऑडियंस को ज्यादा अपील करेगा. ऑब्वियस इट्स क्वाइट ऑब्वियस. बट आपका टारगेट मार्केट क्या है? ग्लोबल है या इंडियन है?
No, we want to go global. We're definitely going to go global.
Okay.
Our whole game and our unique concepts and ideas and all of it are being developed to be made global. We are just like very fortunate that everyone who has played our game till now, especially in India and other countries as well, they do love the concept and enjoying the mythology and the lore of the Indian culture, right? So I've gone to GDC, I've gone to Germany, or people from all the other countries, they're really liking the fact that we are embracing our own culture and putting it into our games,
Yes.
apart from enjoying the game itself.
Even if you see the Black Myth Wukong, the new game from China, is doing the same, and it's a bloody hit game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Have you played this? Have you
I'm
experienced?
waiting to just
Okay,
willing
sure.
to buy it.
Please do.
There
buy
is
it.
not enough time. Yeah, you played it?
Actually, I got a gift from one of the studio founder in India, and I will not name it. But the thing is, yeah, I played the game. I reviewed the game. I haven't played like 100%. I am in chapter 4. There is total 6 chapter. So the game is very very challenging. But I like the fact that they stick to their basics. वो अपना बेसिक छोड़ के कहीं और नहीं गया कि मतलब ना वो किसी बाहर के गेम को कॉपी किया. हाँ, थोड़ा बहुत एलिमेंट लिया, वो पता चलता है, पर दैट्स हाउ द वे इट वर्क्स. अच्छा ना, मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ आपसे एक चीज, जो है कि आपने अभी बोला कि आप जीडीसी गए हो, जो कि अमेरिका पे होता है हर साल. आप अभी पहली बार गेम्सकॉम गए हो, जर्मनी पे होता है, यूरोपियन इवेंट बड़ा सा, और इंडिया का तो हैदराबाद पे ही होता है, आईजीडीसी आई बिलीव. क्या क्या आपको डिफरेंस दिखता है? क्या आपको लगता है कि ऐसा कुछ चीजें जो वहां पे होता है बाहर का इवेंट्स पे, वो शायद आईजीडीसी वाले को लाइक इनकॉर्पोरेट करनी चाहिए? ऐसा कुछ भी अगर सजेशन आपको लगता है एज अ पर्सन, तो यू कुड गिव.
Oh, yeah, I mean, those are really big conferences. IGDC is doing an amazing job in India, I think, because before we are like for 2 years only in our own small den working and building the game, we hadn't gone out or showcased to anyone. But IGDC was we showcased for the first time we showcased was in like 3 years back, and we showcased only on the third day. And that too for like from morning till afternoon, and but just getting into their circle, their networking and all of that led us to like where we are right now, like kind of broadening our perspectives. Lot of talks, lot of games, and it's just really huge. Like I think like I myself was overwhelmed into just taking the experience in itself of Gamescom and GDC. Right now, if you ask me, like I really don't know what I can suggest them, because they are doing their best, because they themselves, their team members were there at GDC and Gamescom. So I think like they are doing an amazing job about like trying to spread the whole gaming ecosystem and helping people.
एक छोटा सा मेरा सवाल रहेगा, मतलब ऐसे ही मैं जानकारी के लिए पूछ रहा हूँ. When you go to Gamescom, when you go to GDC, normally the transportation tickets price are like quite enough. So do you have to pay it, or just you get it from them?
No, we have to do it all ourselves. We have to give a significant chunk of it to go there. But the experience has been really amazing, because now we know for sure that even gamers and people from the other countries are going to kind of like our game as well. So we especially went mostly for validation and trying to raise funds and getting to experience the whole global gaming entrepreneurship culture and all of that, right? So it's been really crazy. And if like you're confident and you're making a good game, and like every place has been a place of growth itself, and people are really welcoming. I mean, gaming
Yeah.
industry has been really welcoming, and you do meet great people, I think.
Let me ask you one hard question. The thing is, because the question nature is very hard, because right now you said yourself that your game budget is less than 1 crore right now.
Yeah.
So when you get into GDC and Gamescom, there are huge games like 100 crores, 200 crores budget. And when you approach those people, or at least you click photos, or at least you go for a coffee together, probably this thing happen over there. So how they perceive Indian as a game centric nation, or like about this game which are being making with a very less amount of money. So how do they approach with this game? मतलब उनको क्या लगता है ये गेम देखकर? क्या वो मतलब उनके ऊपर अंदर वो चीज आती है कि भाई एक्साइटिंग है, थोड़ा वो जानना चाहते हैं आपके गेम के बारे में, या तो फिर वो हम लोगों की तरह है? क्योंकि इंडियन ऑडियंस की बात करो, इंडियन कॉर्पोरेट्स की बात करो, यहाँ पे वो कल्चर है कि अगर मेरा पगार लाइक 1 लाख है तो मैं 20,000 वालों के साथ बात नहीं करूंगा। ये कल्चर इंडिया पे है, तो बाहर के क्या कल्चर है आप बताओ?
बाहर तो थोड़ा कम है, वो ऐसे नहीं होता है. I just think like I've experienced it like while I've been traveling also. The thing is they're more open. They do like to have conversations. They can maintain a conversation. मतलब he'll talk about the work, he'll talk about himself, he'll talk about his family and all of that. So ऐसे नहीं, it's just like how you approach and like what we talk. Personally, like even I am not such a outgoing person in that sense. Like I don't go and poke people and make friends and stuff like that.
बट आपको करना पड़ेगा ना, अभी जब गेम चलेगा आपको करना पड़ेगा ये. You have to be out of your shell.
Yeah, learning.
Yes, obviously. Achha, tell me something about your publishing department. Have you approached any publisher yet, or like how do you like to get the game funded in the next 2 years?
Yeah, we have been approached to publishers, but some of the details in the deals weren't so convincing for us, because we do have like a very ambitious vision. And we have been talking with investors as well. Some went well, some are going south, and that is like an entirely different picture. Like, because there's so many opinions involved, people don't even kind of mostly have the courtesy to even say no. They'll just leave you hanging. मतलब it's just like that.
वो तो है.
हाँ, वो तो मतलब ठीक है, to be open. I totally like it, as long as we're not being abusive. We can be open.
Yeah, obviously.
But also I learned is sometimes we imagine what is going on, why they're putting us on a cliffhanger, and that is not really maybe true or necessary, because we'll just be spoiling our head. Over the experience of many times, I thought just like let's leave it off here. Maybe they're too busy, right? They're going through something in their life.
The
we
thing
don't know.
It's not about the busyness I'm talking about. I'm talking about if you give me a time, if you put something on my calendar or something, then you should at least appear, or you should at least appear and communicate कि भाई आज नहीं हो सकता, इसको टाल देते 2 महीने के लिए. जब आपका टाइम आया 11 बजे, मैं आपको 10:30 बजे मैसेज किया ना कि लाइक वी आर गोइंग टू हैव दिस, आर यू रेडी और समथिंग. ये थोड़ा सा कम्युनिकेशन होता है, बेटर एटिकेट्स. अगर मैं आपको मैसेज ही ना करता, अगर या तो फिर आप मुझे 11 बजे रिप्लाई नहीं कर रहे हो, तो आपको मेरे को कैसा लगेगा? मैं क्वेश्चनरीज रेडी करके बैठा हूँ. सो दीज आर द थिंग्स. समटाइम मुझे लगता है कि इंडिया के जो कुछ डेवलपर्स है, वो गेम बनाना सही है, लेकिन एट द एंड ऑफ द डे उनको उसका जो पीआर एंगल है ना, थोड़ा सा पब्लिक रिलेशन वाला एंगल भी स्ट्रॉन्ग करना बहुत जरूरी है. मतलब मेरे को लगता है, क्योंकि देखो आज आई एम ए वेरी वेरी नॉर्मल पर्सन, मेरा ज्यादा कुछ सब्सक्राइबर नहीं है, लेकिन एट द एंड ऑफ द डे सपोज अ बिग गाय लाइक लेजी असैसिन और समथिंग इन दिस जॉनर, जो लाइक मेरा फ्रेंड भी है, वो लोग अगर अप्रोच करे किसी को, तो ये लोग तो वैसे ही करेगा ना, उसको क्लिप हैंगर करके रख देगा. बट द थिंग इज व्हेन योर गेम इज ऑन स्टीम, आपको चाहिए होता है पब्लिसिटी, राइट? सो इफ if someone willing to give you publicity should take it, or at least communicate. मैं तो वही कहूँगा, कम्युनिकेट करो, सही रहता है. जैसे लेट्स जस्ट नॉट गो इनटू दैट, अदरवाइज फिर मेरे को बहुत सारा जवाब देना पड़ेगा, शायद आपको भी पड़ जाए. लेट मी आस्क यू समथिंग कि अभी ये हम लोग ना 15 मिनट और बात करेंगे, मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, क्योंकि 1 घंटे का सेशन था. थोड़ा सा लाइक आई एम रियली लविंग इट, आई एम रियली लविंग द कन्वर्सेशन ऑब्वियसली. या द थिंग इज कि पेड रिव्यूज को लेकर आपका क्या विचार है, क्योंकि जब आपके गेम स्टीम में आएगा तो ऑब्वियसली स्टीम का रिव्यू मैटर करता है आपके लिए और बाकी लोगों के लिए भी, ये गेम के साथ अप्रोच करने के लिए. तो विल यू एवर वुड लाइक टू हैव पेड रिव्यूज ऑन योर गेम इफ इट्स रियली नीडेड फॉर द बिजनेस पर्सपेक्टिव?
See, if I'm going for a launch, I want to be really aggressive in marketing. I don't think it's wrong or not to take it. It's a good way to reach more people. But I would say that I would just ask him to give an honest review. I wouldn't ask him to give me a positive or anything. Like, just give me a review of my game. That's cool. If you like it, you'll like it. So I think I would be happy that way. I wouldn't want to buy a positive review. I mean, paid reviews, that's fine. Like, totally cool. Like,
fine. Okay, you don't want a positive review. You don't want a neutral review or any unbiased stuffs.
Whatever he feels, right? Yeah, that will be more like how you are speaking. This would be more fun and for the people to watch, right? And like to actually be open.
या वही चीज है. मैं हमेशा लोग मुझे कहते हैं कि भाई क्वेश्चनरीज बता दो. बहुत सारे लोग नहीं कहते, कुछ लोग कि some give me the questions. I don't give them the questions. I would like to be impromptu, just the thing is that. तो मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ कि what is your perception on video game piracy? Because it's India, lots of people, lots of gamers in fact would like to pirate. They promote piracy in fact. So what is your views?
Okay, piracy is not good because the developers and all of them, they do a lot of hard work, a lot of blood and sweat put into it. Like, it's cool, but to be honest, like, I was the Indian gamer many years back and I myself did pirate games.
We all did.
Actually, okay, then that's cool. Now I don't want to feel too guilty about it. Like, on this thing. But the thing is, like, it did help me play so many games, and at the end of the day, now I'm a game developer and I promote games as well. I love games, and all the people used to say gaming is only for kids and all of this. At that point of time, I didn't, like, I was saying games are amazing. They're a great creative, medium. And if I'm right now, and if I really had money, then I would definitely want to buy the game itself. But piracy, sometimes if people are doing it, don't be too guilty. You can, if you make money sometime, please buy their digital copy or something, or at least buy a game and gift it to someone else, in that way.
At least don't promote it. At least don't promote it. मतलब
don't promote
कर रहे हो तो कर रहे हो भाई, back of the end अपने घर पे बैठ के करो आराम से, पर किसी को promote मत करो.
हाँ, वो भी सही है वैसे.
हाँ. अच्छा, what is your views in women's in game? Probably I'm asking you because after this interview I will take 2 interview of 2 pretty good women in Indian game development scene. तो प्रोबेबली आपका मैं व्यू पॉइंट जानना चाहता हूँ कि वुमेन्स जो अभी गेम डेवलपमेंट पे आ रहे या तो फिर आना चाहते हैं, इसको लेकर आप कुछ भी अगर राय देना चाहते हो तो प्लीज गो अहेड.
I think it's really lovely. Like we haven't had a woman team member in our team because it would always be nice to have, so that we have both the perspectives of like how both the genders are feeling about the game and all. But apart from that, yes, like women entrepreneurship, women in gaming, they're all growing. I've been like seeing I've met like a couple of other developers as well. They're making pretty cool games as well. And
could you name some of them? Could you name some of them just to get the exposure?
So I know one friend called Vaishnavi. She's from Hyderabad.
वैष्णवी, हाँ, उनके साथ मेरा आज है. वैष्णवी परेड आई या 4 बजे से है शायद, 3-4 बजे से है.
Yeah, she is like very passionate, and we met
Yeah,
at
yeah, she is very
GDC.
good. We just had an initial talk because she wanted to know कि क्या होगा नहीं होगा. वैसे भी like बहुत सारे लोग जानना चाहते हैं एक नॉर्मल इनिशियल कॉल करके कि लोग ऐसे नॉर्मल इंटरव्यू वगैरह तो होता नहीं है. तो like yeah, we it went pretty well. We had a nice conversation 2 or 3 days back. So right now we are up to it. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. So there's also Megha Gupta, Vandana Goyal.
Megha Gupta, I had a with Megha
Go.
Gupta tomorrow 12 p.m.
Oh, awesome. They're building a pretty cool game. I really liked it. It's fun. It's
absolutely. Wala Interactive and Vault Entertainment. Yeah, pretty good. अच्छा, एक बात बताओ, उसके बाद हम लोग ना इस चीज को रैप अप करेंगे कि आपका पसंद नापसंद या तो फिर ऐसा कुछ सीक्रेट बताओ जो शायद आपने अभी तक कई पब्लिक प्लेटफॉर्म में इसका जिक्र नहीं किया, बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे यू स्टिल फील सम लिटिल गिल्टी अबाउट इट. ऐसा कुछ है छोटा सा? यू डोंट हैव टू स्पिल ऑल द बीन्स, जस्ट गिव मी अ हिंट. कुछ ऐसा है?
तो बेसिकली if you, so it's just like piracy, right? And for exams cheating is like piracy, right? So does a degree, do you really deserve a degree if you have kind of done piracy in life? So
मतलब आप
पूरा स्पिल नहीं कर रहा हूँ, बस इतना ही.
मैं समझ गया मतलब समझ गया. ठीक है, समझदारों के लिए इशारा काफी होता है. ठीक है, पर उस चीज का रिग्रेट है आपको?
था पहले, अभी तो बिल्कुल नहीं.
अभी तो बहुत साल हो गए.
या बहुत साल ऐसे नहीं, because I told it to a lot of people and all of that, you know, and some people they just kept quiet. Some people thought, "Arey, this you are being too idealistic." And but what my brother told me once was, "Dude, you at least had the smarts to do that and get in, so just chill." So I just took that and didn't think too much about it, and no guilt, nothing. I'm just fortunate for everything that I have. I'm very happy about that. Yeah.
मैं एक यूनिक तरीके से चीटिंग किया था. Since you said, तो आई शुड स्पिल सम पिन्स ताकि वो थोड़ा बैलेंस रहे. मैं बता देता हूँ थोड़ा ब्रीफिंग में. टाइम है ना आपके पास? 2 मिनट और.
2 मिनट और, हाँ.
या श्योर. द थिंग इज, क्वेश्चन पेपर होता है. क्वेश्चन पेपर ऐसे एग्जाम बहुत सारे होते हैं ना, हर एग्जाम के अलग अलग क्वेश्चन पेपर होते हैं, पर क्वेश्चन पेपर का जो पेज होता है उसका जो स्ट्रक्चर होता है वो सेम होता है, कलर भी सेम होता है. क्वेश्चन पेपर का पीछे मैंने टाइप करके जेरोक्स करवा लिया था दूसरे आने वाले एग्जाम का आंसर्स. और फिर जब मेरे को नया क्वेश्चन पेपर मिला तो मैं उस क्वेश्चन पेपर को पॉकेट में डाला और अपना पुराना क्वेश्चन पेपर रखा. इन्विजिलेटर को लगा कि यही क्वेश्चन आज की क्वेश्चन पेपर है, उसको थोड़ी समझ में आएगा, वो तो आके मेरा कॉपी देखेगा ना कि कॉपी पे कुछ लिख रहा है. मैं तो क्वेश्चन देख के लिख रहा हूँ, एक्चुअली वो क्वेश्चन नहीं था, सारे आंसर थे.
Oh, damn,
ये मेरे को करना पड़ा. मेरे लाइक एक सब्जेक्ट था जो है अकाउंट्स के ऊपर, क्योंकि हम लोग का एमबीए पे ना अकाउंट्स और क्वांटम ये सब ना पहली बार था. मेरा 12th इस पे ऊपर नहीं था, ये इंग्लिश ऑनर्स पे था, तो ऑब्वियसली आई हैड टू गो थ्रू, अदरवाइज आई कुडंट हैव पास द एमबीए. तो वो चीज़ है, मतलब कर जाता, मेरे को ट्यूशंस वगैरह लेनी पड़ती. एंड आई वाज नॉट लाइक अभी बड़ा हो गया वो भी क्या ट्यूशन लूँ. वो चीज है. हाँ, तो वो है, आई हैड टू शेयर. तो थैंक यू सौमित्री. पहली बात तो ये है कि ज्वाइन करने के लिए बहुत सारा कुछ चीज़ें को बारे में जानकारी मिला. आई होप आपका स्टूडियो जो है ब्रह्मन स्टूडियो, राइट, तो ये बहुत आगे तक जाए और आप और भी गेम बनाओ. ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ यही गेम है. आपने जैसा कि कहा बहुत सारे स्टोरी लोर के ऊपर गेम बनाओ, थोड़ा सा थर्ड पर्सन पर्सपेक्टिव में उसको हम लोग खेलेंगे. तो सही है. कुछ ऐसा है कोई शेयर करना चाहते हो बाकियों से बिफोर वी रैप थिंग्स अप? एनीथिंग?
So we're trying to do this really ambitious game that can be a global game being made from India, and we would really like people to kind of come play, test the game right now, because by IGDC we'll be going for an early access, and the more number of players we have gives us more credibility and validation, and we'll be able to get the resources enough to kind of build this entire vision. So And really kudos to Siddharth and like other streamers, content creators like
Yeah.
you people who are supporting all of our bootstrap journeys, new indie game
Many a
devs
people
as
will
well.
going to support you. Many a people will watch the videos. Perhaps I get very less views because I am right now totally new on YouTube. Even if I get like 300 views, from that 300 views you should get some quality gamers, at least quality content creators, because many of my content creators friend are in millions in subscriber, so they will definitely watch and definitely take it into content. But the thing is, one more thing, what is your favorite food?
Okay. Muddakaya,
On
avakai muddapappu. It is like dal with mango pickle from my native place.
achar
अचार एंड
achar wala dal.
दाल नहीं, मतलब नॉर्थ में थोड़ा अलग होता है, साउथ में थोड़ा डिफरेंट होता है वो दाल कैसे
हाँ हाँ,
बनाते हैं, और घी के साथ होल लॉट ऑफ घी.
so I am
बहुत
coming to Hyderabad.
हाँ,
You should at least give me a treat.
yeah, totally man.
Okay,
We'll
because
definitely
I will get into seven developers, and I will go to the 7 houses and have some seven kind of dinner.
आ जाओ. One meal is on me and I'll take care of it.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you, Sowmitri. It was a
Thank you,
very
Siddharth.
pleasure to have, and मेरा English सुधर गया आज बात करते करते. I am totally happy with that.
बहुत ही सही है.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
थैंक यू सो मच. हैव अ ग्रेट डे. एंड व्यूअर्स, देखने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. गेम टाउट गॉसिप पे जुड़े रहने के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. हैव अ ग्रेट डे एंड हैप्पी गेमिंग दोस्तों.
Thank you. Bye.